So yesterday I had no idea what video I was going to film for today, so I decided to ask you all in the community section, to which you all want to know how I made videos, which, yeah, we could definitely talk about this one. So, good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you watch this. How's it going, guys? First off, I hope you're having a good day today. Hope it is going well, and hope it continues to go well. Welcome back to JLAnderson Studios, where it's the series where I take you behind the scenes on how I do certain things, whether it be recording music, writing music, how I record covers, and or how I produce certain covers, and in today's episode, how I shoot videos and how I edit them. Let this be a guide on how to start filming, if you will. So let's go ahead and get right into it. But before we get into it, there are two things that I want to say. The first one is the most important. You don't need any of this stuff to make videos. Gear, in the grand scheme of things, doesn't matter. Sure, gear is really nice. Now, as a guitar player, a musician, I absolutely love gear, but none of what I'm talking about is essential. As long as you have a camera of some sort, and in today's world, most people do with smartphones, so all you need is a camera, hit record, and you are ready to start making videos. You don't need a fancy camera, you don't need fancy lights, you don't need a fancy tripod video editing software. Sure, all those help, but like I said, as long as you have one camera, you can go ahead and start. For example, all of my Song Every Day in May series was done on my phone. I just mounted it on the very back of a coffee cup, kept keeping it propped up, and just hitting record and uploading it to YouTube. You don't need fancy gear. The second thing I want to say is that I will be linking products down in the description box below that will take you over to Amazon of stuff that I mentioned in this video and or other recommendations, and all these are Amazon affiliate links. So basically, if you do purchase any of these, I will earn a small little commission. It will cost you the exact same thing if you just look it up on Amazon yourself. So I'll just earn a small little kickback from it, which will go back into the channel, which will go into more gear. So if you do choose to purchase, thank you very much. However, don't feel any obligation. Like I said, you don't need any of this. You legit do not. So let's go into how I record videos. Let's go ahead and talk about the cameras that I use. So 99% of all my YouTube career so far, I've been using the same brand of camera, which is GoPro. You can't really tell by my channel because I'm not doing anything that most people with GoPros typically do, like mountain bike, skydive, surfing, all that stuff. No, I just use it on a little stand and just shoot videos. This is the first ever GoPro that I had. This is the GoPro Hero 5 Session, just a cute little compact box full of everything you need. Place, hit record, insert your SD card, turn it on, turn it off, and it'll last me for many, many years. But in the January of 2021, I upgraded to the GoPro 9, and I have a whole review on the channel about that. It's super cool, and Guitar World said it was the best guitar vlog camera, so I got it, and I installed the media mod on it. What the media mod does, it gives me two more microphones. So I have three microphones right now. I have the front microphone on the media mod, the back microphone on the media mod, which is what I use for unboxing stuff when I'm behind the camera, and then the microphone that is stock on the GoPro. I've been using the media mod for quite some time now. So that is most of my stuff. Anything else, if I don't have my GoPro, if I'm recording anything on the fly and or I'm doing screen recording stuff, it's all just done on my phone. This is a Galaxy S21, and I love it. The camera on here is amazing, especially when I go to concerts. It's so good, and GoPro smartphone cameras are getting really amazing to where you could shoot 4K on them, and it's insane. The quality on smartphone cameras now is insane. So when I am using the phone, it's easy to monitor what I'm doing. What I love about the GoPro 9 is that I have an image of myself right on the front screen so I can see myself. Did not have that on this little tiny cube. Instead, I would monitor on the GoPro Quick app, which is my main monitor. I use anytime you hear me refer to my monitor, it is just my iPad with the Quick app on it. That is where I can change up the settings in my GoPro. That is where I can delete footage if I need to free up space, and it's the control center of everything when I'm filming. The one thing I wish it did is show me this screen bigger on here. When I record, it just says preview, and it's This is the only thing I wish it would improve, but other than that, absolutely love GoPros. Highly recommend them for everything, really, not just for extreme sports. Now let's go ahead and talk about lighting. So I mainly use two types of lights currently, but when I started off, I just used what was available. So I would use lamps in my room, try to make the room as bright as possible, which it would just be like using this light bulb, then using a light bulb that had a different color on it, just so I can make the room brighter. A lot of videos weren't the best quality in terms of lighting, but I used what I had available to me, which again is an important thing. I highly recommend daylight is good, especially when it's overcast and if you're in the golden hour, which is basically when the sun's going down or the sun is rising. Those are great for videos and photography stuff. Currently in my setup right now, the main thing that I use in this room is a big bright LED light that has 4 little panels on it that are adjustable, and I just keep that mounted on my TV in my room. It's just pointing at me. In fact, this is my view. I'm legit just watching TV with a big light pointing at me as I film. And it's a bright LED light. Like, it lights up an entire room. I can turn this light off that's on my desk just to give the background some light, and it's just bright enough to light the entire room. It is intense. Now, that's all I use when I'm in this room, just this little corner desk light and this big LED light. But when I'm in the other room doing Just for Sideband, I just use a standard this version of a light bulb. I don't know the technical name of it, but I do use an umbrella lamp with it, so that way it makes the light a bit less harsh. I used to have 2 of these, then I broke one accidentally when I was trying to film a music video, which ended up being the cover of my Addict with a Pen album cover on Spotify. But I just have one of these now, using the umbrella thing, and I love it. Now, when I do the Justice for Sideband stuff, I have both the LED lights as well as the umbrella light pointed at me, just creating this big, bright room atmosphere. And they work really well together. And when I do Justice for Sideband setup, this is typically what I do. The umbrella light on the left side of me, the LED light on the right side of me, with my GoPro in the middle with my audio interface, and my laptop, which is playing the music. So that's all I do in terms of lighting. Of course, there are many things you can do with lighting. You can get an oval light, you can do whatever. I highly recommend finding a kit where it's just a whole bunch of lighting stuff. That's what I did. That's where I got the umbrella lights. It also came with a green screen, which is really cool. But if you just need one light, highly recommend the LED light, because you know what, it works out really well. In terms of how I position my GoPro and what I use to like keep it static, honestly, it's not that impressive a setup. So I do use some tripods. When I use the Just for Sideband stuff, I have some tripods. For music video stuff, I use tripods. And I just use the very cheap ones you can get on Amazon. They do have GoPro official ones, but honestly, I just use the cheapest ones you can get. Like, I like the static one. I like this flimsy one that you can actually mold to whatever specifications you need with the legs. So I use those, but honestly, the one that I use for Justin for Sideband, where the one tripod where this tripod sits on, is just a TV tray with all my stuff laying on it, as you saw from the shot of what I do for Justin for Sideband setup. And when I'm in this room, it's just a music stand with an Altoids tin in the back, as well as 2 nail files to show where to put the GoPro. It's not a complicated setup at all. Literally, you just use whatever you have as a mount to keep whatever camera you're using static, and that's about it. In terms of how I shoot videos, the first thing I do is set up my shot, making sure that everything that's unwanted is out of frame, making sure that I'm center, going up, setting up my lighting, which in this case, in this room, isn't that bad. Just putting the LED on the TV, turning this light on to make sure this back part is lit, which really, this light over here does add a lot. It adds a certain depth to it that I love. And then I hit go, and just start talking. A lot of YouTubers nowadays will come up with scripts on what they want to say or what they want their skit to be about, and I don't do that. I do everything unscripted because that's just how I roll. Again, many YouTubers use scripts. Nalbus does scripts, Jake Allen does scripts. I don't jive with that. Like, huge respect for people who do use scripts, because that takes time and effort, and I can't sit down and write scripts. I just prefer going off the rails, just going, like, giving you my thoughts as they come to me. Sure, I'll use bullet point lists every once in a while, and or I will read word for word when someone else's statement or theory, but I just can't use scripts. If someone writes it for me, by all means I'll use a script, but I can't sit down and write my own. So much respect out there for anyone who writes and uses their own scripts. If I'm doing reaction videos, that is a little bit of a different setup, because normally I'm right here on my bed because it's the most comfortable shot I can get. I get a nice little GoPro angle to where I keep the video on this side of the screen, and it involves a little bit of different steps. So first step is making sure the bed looks nice, then turning on the corner light over there to create some ambiance back here, and then just turning on the light that's the closest to my bed and hitting record. As far as how I record YouTube videos and the music videos and all that stuff, I use OBS. A lot of people use OBS for streaming, but I've also a lot of people use it for reaction videos as well. So I make sure it records my screen, put the YouTube video in full screen, go from there. And the way I record my audio so that it captures what's on the computer is I use ground control, because with MacBooks, you can't really record screen audio that well. So I use the ground control program, and it works super well. And when I do reaction videos, I make sure that the video is in the very bottom corner, making sure that it is smaller than the rest of the screen, so that way we avoid copyright stuff. And occasionally I'll put a audio plugin on it, like the Vinyl by Isotope, to give it just a little lo-fi sound, so that way it ducks the copyright system, as well as maybe put a little tiny blur effect on the music video, so that way it avoids copyright also. But that's how I record reaction stuff. So when I'm done with the video recording session, I'll dump all the files that I recorded onto my MacBook Pro, which will go onto my external hard drive. The one I mainly use for videos is this Transcend external hard drive. I really like it. It has a weird USB port, but it does the job fine. It's slowly running out of storage, but I have been recently using this Lacy external hard drive as well, mainly for the music stuff, but it has a USB-C to USB-C connection, so I think this one wins a little bit more, but I mainly use the Transcend. As far as how I edit my videos, I edit everything on Final Cut Pro. I got the student discount when I got my MacBook Pro, so I got a whole bunch of goodies, including Logic and including Final Cut, and I love Final Cut so much. There are a lot of great programs out there. A lot of people will recommend Adobe Premiere, which I really want to try, but I just use Final Cut, and there are some free programs. There are some programs that other people love, but this is the one that works best for me. So I just dump every single file in there, make sure to hit the 4K setting just to flex a little bit, and then I just trim up all the audio, get rid of takes that I don't want to use if I haven't deleted them off of the GoPro already, and just edit everything from there, add shots, add pictures, do whatever, add cross dissolves if I'm doing any cross dissolves, but that is about it. The main thing that I do at the end of every video is just cut it for my outro, put the black and white filter on it, and that is about it. As far as the music that is in all of my videos, I just get that from YouTube Studios and make sure to go get the free ones. They have a whole bunch of great free audio tracks within YouTube's audio studio, and they sound amazing. And yeah, I just use that a lot. There's some sound effects in there, some nice ambient stuff, but it's just what I use. And yeah, Anyway, guys, that is how I make YouTube videos. A little insight to my mind. Again, some of the products that I use and or stuff that I recommend will be down in the description box below. Amazon affiliate link. So if you do purchase anything, I'll get a small kickback so we can get more gear on the channel, whether that be camera gear and or music gear. Either way, it's fun times. Anyway, guys, I will see you maybe tomorrow with another video if I do have time to edit this one. If not, I'll definitely see you on Monday. Anyway, guys, see you then. Goodbye. And with that, more importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later.